Semsi, Semsi, Semsi. Okay, guys, here we go. A Journey to the Center of the Earth, Chapter 5, Part 6. We're gonna cure Harry of his fear of heights. What is the use of wasting so much valuable time? It was impossible to dispute the dictatorial commands of my uncle. I yielded with a groan. On payment of a fee, a verger gave us the key. He, for one, was not partial to the ascent. My uncle at once showed me the way, running up the steps like a schoolboy. I followed as well as I could, though no sooner was I outside the tower than my head began to swim. There was nothing of the eagle about me. The earth was enough for me, and so ambitious desire to soar ever entered my mind. Still, things did not go badly until I had ascended 150 steps and was near the platform, when I began to feel the rush of cold air. I could scarcely stand. When clutching the railings, I looked upwards. The railing was frail enough, but nothing to those which skirted the terrible winding staircase that appeared from where I stood to ascend to the skies. Now then, Henry. I can't do it, I cried, in a sense of despair. Are you after all a coward, sir? Said my uncle, in a pitiless tone. Go up, I say. To this there was no reply possible, and yet the keen air acted violently on my nervous system. Sky, earth, all seemed to swim round, while the steeple rocked like a ship. My legs gave way like those of the drunken man. I crawled upon my hands and knees. I hauled myself up slowly, crawling like a snake. Presently I closed my eyes, and I allowed myself to be dragged upwards. Look around you, said my uncle, in a stern voice. Heaven knows what profound abysses you may have to look down. This is excellent practice. Slowly, and shivering all the while with cold, I opened my eyes. What then did I see? My first glance was upwards at the cold, fleecy clouds, which, as by some optical delusion, appeared to stand still, while the steeple, the wreath cock, and our two selves were carried swiftly along. Far away on one side could be seen the grassy plain, while on the other lay the sea, bathed in translucent light. The sun, or the sound, as we call it, could be discovered beyond the point of Elsinore, crowded with white sails, which, at that distance, looked like the wings of seagulls, while to the east could be made out this far off coast of Sweden. The whole appeared a magic panorama. But, faint and bewildered as I was, there was no remedy for it. Rise and stand up I must. Despite my protestations, my first lesson lasted quite an hour. When nearly 2 hours later I reached the bosom of Mother Earth, I was like a rheumatic old man, bent double with pain. Enough for one day, said my uncle, rubbing his hands. We will begin again tomorrow. There was no remedy. My lessons lasted 5 days, and at the end of that period I ascended blithely enough and found myself able to look down into the depths below without even winking, and with some degree of pleasure. Wow, there it is. Chapter 5. Samsey. Here you go, big old Rosie. You take us over now. We got Chapter 6 coming up, The Voyage to Iceland.